The Simon Bolivar Youth Orchestra. This week, the Simon Bolivar Youth Orchestra from Venezuela hit town in a blaze of color, excitement, and glamour, qualities not often associated with the world of classical music. The festival hall on Tuesday witnessed scenes of Bolimania, not seen since the orchestra's last visit to Britain in 2007, when they set the place alight, owing to their infectious joy, exuberant antics, and unbridled enthusiasm for making music. The audience gave the youngsters a standing ovation. Children screamed and adults squealed with delight at the end of the concert. After an essentially somber, if exciting, program, we were all hoping for some color in the encores, and boy did we get it. The hall suddenly went dark, and the orchestra put on their colorful Venezuelan jackets over their black dresses or suits, and the place went wild. As the youngsters launched into the first of two encores, both flamboyant Latin American classics that form part of their repertoire, we were no longer in the damp, gray London, but in a raucous Latin America of the spirit. They stood up, shimmied, danced, and threw their instruments in the air before hurling their jackets into the auditorium. They had clearly done it no end of times before, but the pleasure they took in it was palpable. The sound they make is immense and intense, owing to the 180 young faces full of concentration and pleasure. The classical music they makes feels incredibly vital. The inspiration and passion of this music, being played as if their lives depended upon it, is due to love, honesty, and commitment. The 28-year-old conductor is a powerhouse, owing to the fact that he jumps on the spot to encourage the orchestra, his hair waving wildly, every bone of his body bending to the notes. The Simon Bolivar Orchestra is no freak of nature. It is the product of a 34-year-old project run by the Venezuelan government, which gives every girl and boy, however poor, the chance to have not only free music tuition, but an instrument. The result is no fewer than 250,000 children, 3/4 of them below the poverty line, are involved in making music in hundreds of orchestras. The Simon Bolivar Youth Orchestra are ambassadors for a philosophy, a way of life. Given the widespread contempt in which classical music is held by teenagers in this country, you couldn't help feeling that attendance at one of these life-affirming events should be nothing less than compulsory.